Let's get this thing going.
Check 1, 2.
The Hip Hop Study Hall podcast with DJ Ekin starts now.
About hip hop.
Shit, Jay-Z, like those guys put out a lot of albums. All your albums are not gonna do well. Shit, Future's put out like 7, 8 albums. He's put out a lot of albums, and they're not all gonna hit. But you know what? It's out.
Right.
You don't know. You don't know until it's out. You know, so I think it's strategy, getting to the right people, delivering data, talking to our friends, see if the record's Shazamming. Perfect example, Giveon. We worked Heartbreak Anniversary on R&B radio a year and a half before we went to Urban. It didn't do shit on R&B radio. It topped out maybe a top 25. They talked about his voice. They said he wasn't shit. They said, like, for real, they didn't believe it.
Right.
But he was streaming. His fan base had pushed that shit out. So because of our failures at R&B radio, we weren't sure how it was going to proceed on mainstream, top 40 rhythmic. And we're number one.
Yeah, I heard that record a lot at Rhythmic and Pop. I didn't really hear much at Urban, but you're right. And being a person, I punch around the dial. You're right. But I didn't know that story, which is, like you said, another mini one that somebody like yourself has to sit in the office and, like you said, how much the data means and everything.
The data told us that this record was real. We realized we worked it at R&B radio and it didn't. We worked it a year and a half ago and it didn't work. But the data was telling us it is working. So we had to take the data to our partners. We had to take the Shazam. I don't like that record. Was number 5 Shazamming in your city.
In your city.
Somebody like it. It ain't, you may not like it. So I have to tell people to take themselves out of the equation. I have to tell my partners to take themselves out of the equation. Partners that can be older. I've had partners that didn't understand Travis Scott in the beginning. Yo, ask your son what he like. Bet you sound like Travis Scott. Bet you. Ask your nephew. I had a program director call me on a Sunday. I get it. Like he said, yo,
almost wanting to apologize. Almost wanting to apologize.
He called me. His son went to the local university. He went to Alabama State and one of them. He was like, he said, my nephew called me and said my station sounds stupid because we ain't playing no Travis Scott. And he said, he put the record in on a Sunday. He said, hey, man, I'm 50 years old. My fault.
Right.
You know, so you have to go to your target audience. And that's data. I'll tell these guys, you may not like it. I may not like it. But shit, this motherfucker streaming 5 million times a week. That ain't no fucking accident, bro.
Right.
That ain't no accident.
And I've never really told anybody this story. I had an executive tell me one time, and I wasn't talking to him about Khaled in particular, but I was talking to him about that kind of a project, right? And it was more so like, if a DJ had a collection of really dope records, could it work? And he told me, he's like, nah, I don't think it could work because, you know, it's almost like he couldn't join it together. Like he couldn't market it right the way, you know what I'm saying? Like Khaled has worked. What did y'all see, or what do you see in Khaled that makes it go? You know, because a lot of people, they like, and this is what I love about Khaled. Khaled to me, and I love about Khaled, I love about Kanye, that it don't matter what's going on in the noise out here. That belief in themselves is where it starts at.
It's not even that. Khaled is, I'm not even sure how old he is. I know he's probably late 40s, mid-late 40s. Khaled comes from the school I came from where everything was on the ground.
Right.
So he's a self-promotion genius. He self-promotes. He believes in his records, even probably when he shouldn't. Every record is the number one record for him in his head. He acts like it. He comes in there and he also, and I know you've been around him, he knows he's a master salesman. So Khaled, when he walk in the room, like no one, I was a radio personality. No one talks like that all day.
Right.
He doesn't talk like that all day.
Right.
But when he got to turn it on, you know how to turn the switch on. There's a couple of artists I've seen that really know how to turn the personality button on when they're in front of people, when they got to sell it, when they're in front of the camera. He's a professional with it. He knows how to sell it. He knows how to sell it to the staff. You know, that shit you see on Instagram and on Snapchat, he dancing and eating too. He dancing, piping, all that shit. He believe in his shit.
Yes.
It's no that, you know, that brother's about to get a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He deserves that shit. That boy came from Pilot. He came from Pilot Radio, dog.
Yeah, I know.
Pilot Radio. And look at him now. He deserves he worked hard for it. He busts his ass. He knows how to sell it. And that shit matters.
Stop playing. Don't forget, man, hit that subscribe button right now so you can catch all the updates and all the haps here at Hip Hop Study Hall, all right? It's your man, DJ Ekin. I see you. Subscribe. Hit it now.